Alright guys, I'm going to walk you through how to do these problems right here. Before I do that though, I want you guys to pause the video, okay? And you're going to write down these notes in your math journal so that you have them, okay? So these are the steps on how to solve those fractions right there. So pause the video, copy these in your math journal, and then after you finish, go ahead and play the video again. Okay. So, looking at just number 7, okay, we're just going to start with that one. My first step, okay, so if you had your steps written down, my first step says I have to change my mixed fraction. So I'm looking at this, my mixed fraction, change it to an improper fraction, okay. The way that you do that is you multiply and add. Same thing over here, multiply and add. Okay, so I'm just working on the first step right now. So 5 times the 2, that would be 10, plus 3, 13, over my denominator, which is 5. So keep the denominator the same. And your negative sign, bring it with it. Okay, bring down your plus sign, then change this number here. So 4 times 4, 16, plus the 3, 19. Your denominator is 4, so keep that the same. And then this one's positive, so I don't have to put any negatives with it. So I finished my first step. So going back to this, second step says get the common denominator and change your numerator. Okay, change your numerator is very important because some students are just changing the denominator and they're forgetting to change the numerator. So make sure that you're doing both. So let me explain what that looks like. So here, I'm trying to figure out what the denominator, common denominator is between 4 and 5, okay? If you're not sure, list the multiples out of 4 and 5 so that you have them. So 5, count by 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 4, so list the multiples of 4. Okay? And then the one that they both have in common, that's the smallest number that they both have, is 20. Okay, so that's the denominator that you want to go with, okay? So if I change these, let me do this right underneath this. So let's not look at number 9 right now. So just looking at this one, the denominator has to be 20. Okay, so here you have to think 5 times what is going to give you 20. So 5 times 4, so that means that you have to multiply the top number by 4. So 13 times 4, let's work that out over here on the side. So I have 12, carry the 1, this would be 4, 5, so 52. That means that my numerator is going to be 52. Again, the way that I got that is because I know 5 times 4 would give me the 20, so I have to multiply the top number by 4 also. Don't forget this step because some students are putting the 20, but then they forget to multiply the numerator and they put 13 again. Don't put the 13 again. You have to multiply by whatever you multiplied the bottom number by. Okay? Next one over here. So I have 4, so I have to think 4 times what is going to give me 20. I know that that's 5, so I have to multiply the top by 5. Again, let me do that over here on the side. So 19 times 5, that's 45. Carry the 4, so 95. Okay, so I changed my numerator and my denominator. Make sure that you're keeping the signs with it. So if this one was negative, then make sure that this one's also negative here. Okay, and I have addition. So that was my second step. So my third step says, if I have different signs, I have to subtract the fractions. If I have the same signs, then I have to add the fractions. Okay, so here I have different signs, which means that I have to subtract. So 95, let me do that over here on the side. 95 take away 52. So this would be 3, and this would be 4. So I have 43 over my denominator of 20. And then my last step, okay, says to simplify. So I have to simplify. Here, I can't divide by anything, okay, to make the fraction smaller, but I am noticing that I have a bigger number at the top than I do at the bottom, which means that anytime that that happens, you have to divide it out as long division. Okay, so top number would go on the inside, and bottom number, I forgot my equal sign, bottom number would go over here on the side. Okay, so now divide this out. 20 goes into 43, that would be twice. Subtract, you get 3. Okay, and then once you get to this point, there's nothing else to bring down, so this means that my whole number is 2, numerator is 3, and my denominator is 20. And now my very last step says check if it's positive or negative. Okay, in this case, my biggest number here was 95, 52 smaller, so 95 is my biggest number. It's a positive, so therefore my answer should also be positive. So this right here is my answer. There's nothing else to simplify. I've turned it into a mixed fraction. I checked my sign, so we're good to go. Okay, hope this helps.